You are listening to Single Smart Female.
This is us letting it all hang out about your love life, examining Steph's dating experiences, and answering your hot topic dating questions. Just you, Steph, and me. No topic is off limits and no filters involved. This is Jen.
And I'm Steph. If you have a question about your love life that you would like us to answer, you can submit your question at singlesmartfemale.com.
Dun, dun, dun. Welcome, Single Smart Female. I'm your host, Jen, joined by my co-host, Steph, who will now read our listener question.
This question comes from Violet Skies.
She's 32.
She's 32, and she writes...
In New York City.
And she writes, I've been dating for over a year, and so many guys end up losing interest or ghosting me. And of course, this is always after we've started sleeping together, which leads me to believe that they were just manipulating me to have sex. This has been extremely frustrating, and I'm often left wondering if I did something wrong. However, there's a guy I went on a couple dates with who was actually mature enough to let me know he's only interested in being friends, but wouldn't mind hanging out sometime. If he's indeed being truthful and really wants to keep in touch as friends, would it be okay if I asked him to tell me what it is about me that made him lose interest? I know that's awkward, but I'm very curious to know what I might be doing wrong and how I may be able to improve. Some background information. I've suffered so much disappointment in dating my previous relationships, one of which was abusive, that I've pretty much lost all hope of meeting anyone.
Have no fear, Violet Skies. We are here. Jen here. Hey, so I'm going to actually let Steph start out on this one because I think she has some real gems for you today.
Some gems for you. Yeah. Okay. So actually, I find this question very interesting. And I love that you have, curiosity about how to improve your love life by conducting the exit interview, if you will. But I don't know that it would be particularly helpful. I feel like there are so many different reasons why people don't connect on a romantic level. And just because one guy thinks that there is this one piece about you that doesn't work for him, doesn't mean that piece won't work for somebody else. And it would be very dangerous to internalize what he has to say. There are a lot of things about me, for instance, that work really well with a lot of men and don't work at all with others. And if I were to ask those men why they don't like me and then try and change that about myself, it kind of kills the magic for everyone
involved and the guys that actually are worth your time.
Exactly. And so I would refrain from asking him what made him lose interest, because I don't think it matters.
I'm gonna pick up for Steph here. The thing is that we as women are so invested in the whys. We want to know why this, why men did this, why he said that, why he doesn't talk to me anymore, why his communication pattern changed, why. And you end up, when you're seeking out the whys, you end up investing all of your attention and your time on him. You need to flip that switch, Violet Skies, and flip it very, very quickly if you want your dating life to make a 180. In order to make a 180, you need to stop making this about him and why. I know it seems like as if you're asking for your own personal information, but there's most likely nothing that he's going to share with you, and Steph is right, that is going to be truly beneficial for you going forward. Because What needs to happen is you need to own more of who you are and maybe interact with guys and tweak how you're interacting with guys, but you don't need to change anything about yourself. Now, I will say, you might possibly be coming off as awkward. And that's not necessarily a bad thing if you know how to own it. You know, a lot of us are not super socially adept. So for me, for instance, I can be, or I used to be, but as I've gotten older, I've gotten more impatient in social situations. And I've mentioned this on an episode before. My husband pointed this out to me the other day, that I sometimes make people uncomfortable because I want to talk about the point before anything else. So that comes off as socially awkward because I don't want to do all the niceties first. I don't mind doing the niceties, but I want to do them after we've already gotten to the point because I want to know the point. I want to get I don't want the build up. I just want let's get to what needs to be done. So I have to honor that part of myself and tailor it to different people that I am meeting. The same thing could be happening in your love life. So, for instance, you're talking about things happening right after you have sex. Usually, when women are end up having sex and things always change, that means something in their energy is changing. And I don't know, and you might not be doing anything externally. You might not be acting clingy. You might not be doing a lot of, but you might be coming off as emotionally clingy in some ways. Or you might be making it, and I don't know this for sure because you and I haven't had a personal conversation, but you might be making it, having sex before you're actually ready, before you're actually wanting to. There are a lot of different factors that you have to look at that have nothing at all to do with him. You have to address what's going on with you first and start to define how you want your dating experience to go, not how you think that he wants
you to be.
Exactly. Now, there's another piece of this I want to address, and I want to address it with all women, not just with you, Violet Skies, because there are a lot of women that are out there that are very jaded, and some of them come at me and they attack me and they say all kinds of crap to me on different social media. Sometimes it's emails, blah, blah, blah. You have not done that, which I appreciate very much. You've just basically said, I've suffered so much disappointment in dating in previous relationships, one of which was abusive, that I've pretty much lost all hope of meeting anyone. I don't want you to lose hope. You, even in this state with all the crap that has happened, can still meet someone amazing and will. But again, you have to turn the focus to you. One of the things I will suggest if you've been in an abusive relationship before is I would like you to work with a codependency therapist. I think that's really important with people who've been in abusive situations before. And you need to really think about what your standards are, how you would like to date, how you would like to see this experience turn out for you. And you're going to take baby steps into it. I don't want you to throw yourself head on into it, because when we throw ourselves head on, when we've been in really, really challenging experiences in the past and we're not emotionally ready, we'll end up drawing in and attracting other crappy experiences to validate why we shouldn't be dating. Okay? I have no doubt whatsoever that you can and will find amazing love. I honestly, truly believe that. But, and the only but in this is if you're willing to stop making it about men and exclusively focus on yourself for a while, and then learn how to interact with men differently, which is things that we teach in the Courage Kit. It's things that we teach in online dating, and you interact and tweak the way that you're interacting with these men so that they are much more open to who you are, and be willing to pay attention exclusively to the men who treat you the way that you want to be treated. Because otherwise, guess what happens? When you pay attention to the crappy ones, then you get more crappy. Finally, like I mentioned, I definitely don't want you to give up hope on this. I just want you to seek some more support in doing this. If it's a financial issue, there are always different programs and things that you can seek out that will give you the type of support. You just have to be resourceful, and you'll have to do a little more searching. But most of all, I know there's a part of you that believes that this is possible for you, because I don't think you would have reached out to us otherwise. There are so many women that listen to us and then just move on when they're jaded because they can't accept that something good is actually possible and actually doable. You, on the other hand, are telling me that you are very capable and a part of you believes that it's possible. And that was the one thing that started my whole love life transformation. There was something in me that said, when I was with my ex-husband, this can't be all that there is in love. There was this nagging voice that would not shut the fuck up. And I listened to that voice, and the transformation has been insanely beautiful. You will have that as well.
Today's show is sponsored by thecouragekit.com. Are you tired of meeting craptastic men, going on craptastic dates, and feeling craptastically inept at dating and love? Let us rework your dating experiences, single lady. Fun, pleasure, and magic included. No experience required. We'll see you at thecouragekit.com. Welcome to segment 2. Jen, so, we're coming up on a new year.
Yes.
And I want to know your thoughts on New Year's resolutions. Are you a New Year's resolution girl? Are you a fuck New Year's resolutions? I'm so tired of putting that shit on me type of person?
I used to be a big New Year's resolutions girl, but I never ever followed through with any New Year's resolutions. So I'm a big proponent of do it today. Don't fucking wait till the new year.
Interesting.
Now, with that said, I fall off the wagon of things I start all the time. So I have to just keep getting back on. That's the way I handle things. I do know that certain people have to be kind of all or nothing people. So they have to go in. It has to be all or nothing. And that's just the way it is. I'm not that person. I have to incorporate because I will blow resolutions off easily.
See, I'm a little bit of both, right? Like, I'm one of those people who's like, it's a new week, starting a new month, starting a new year. And I love that. And I love to come up with all the goals and the whatnots. I don't always stick to them. I do my very best, but not, well, sometimes I do my very best. And sometimes I just, whatever. But I do really love a new year. I love birthdays for the same reason, because it feels like a fresh new start and like exciting new things can happen, and you just, like, you never what's know around the corner, and you can plan right near the end. So
I love
like
blowing out candles on birthday cakes. I still love making wishes. I think that's the coolest thing ever, and you're never gonna get me to stop doing that.
I don't think you should,
and no. I won't. And I believe in magic. I believe in cool things happening, and I've had a lot of hard shit happen this year. You've had a lot of hard shit happen this year.
It's true.
It's part of life. Some years are
a little more difficult than others.
Yes, they are. But this has also been our first year on Single Smart Female, which has been phenomenal. The way this show has taken off, I am blown away by the response, and so fucking appreciative to all of you ladies out there who have been listening and supporting us and following us and sending us your messages and reviewing it. I'm blown away. So I do have several wishes, not resolutions, but wishes for all of our lovely single women out there that are listening to us for the new year. And my number one wish is that you create the opportunity to make your dating life magical, to make it fun, to make it something memorable in good ways. And yes, you're going to have some stories that it didn't feel very, very great at the time, but they'll be funny as hell later. I want you to have those scandalous, fun stories. Number 2, I want you to connect to, the pieces of you that you've been neglecting, the genuine pieces of you, the things that light you up in life, not make it all about him. He is going to be much more attracted to you when you're not neglecting yourself. And number 3, do you have a number 3?
Number 3, wishes for our single smart females. I wish for some little extra romantic courage.
I think that's
for
awesome.
Next year. I think that oftentimes we worry a little bit too much about
what he's going to think.
Exactly. And I have developed a lot more romantic courage over this past year. than I had in the past. And the results have been pretty astonishing. It's amazing. And it makes me feel even more comfortable and happy with who I am, and to be able to be that way with somebody that looks at me like...
When you say romantic courage, you do mean being unapologetically romantic, unapologetically you, right?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. I mean, consider, if somebody calls you weird, consider it a term of endearment.
Yes.
Because it's
part of who you
like
are.
that. It's like being comfortable with being a little bit cheesy.
She says cheese and rice man all the time.
I do say cheese and rice man.
And I say sweet baby Cheez-Its all. We're both goofy as hell, and it doesn't affect our love lives because we're doing that unapologetically. And I wish that for you ladies as well. And I want you to step into more of that, not with hostility towards men, but just owning and appreciating that that's you, and that, yes, the right men are going to be attracted to that. The right men for you are going to be attracted to that. The wrong men are not going to, and that's perfectly cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly cool.
You want the man that finds your quirkiness beautiful. That's the one you want.
Because that's what he's looking for. He's looking for that woman he can't resist, and that beauty that's tangible, which comes in the form. It's not a physical beauty. Tangible beauty is not physical. Tangible beauty is, even though I know I'm saying tangible, but it's anchored in how he wraps his head around you. And it's all of those pieces of quirkiness and your personality and you being a genuine version of yourself, of what you believe and what you do, what you're passionate about, that he's going to find insanely attractive about you. And you may not believe us yet, but if you stick with us and start taking those baby steps into that, you're going to be wonderfully surprised and
delighted,
ecstatic about the results. Happy New Year. Okay, Lover Girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show.
The exit interview in dating might be good in theory, but rarely leads to the answers you are really seeking.
This is Jen.
And this is Steph.
Don't forget to subscribe to our show in iTunes. And if you'd like to submit a question to us, come see us at singlesmartfemale.com. And if you just want to come play around and learn more about Mantourage dating, come see us at havehimyourway.com.
Talk to you next time.